What is your ex-girlfriend thinking about right now? Everyone thinks about this, and those who say they don't think even more than the rest. It's especially interesting, of course, in the context of you. Is she thinking about you, and what is the nature of those thoughts? Does she have thoughts about restoring the relationship? How often does it happen? When are there no thoughts yet? If we're talking about an ex-girlfriend who left the relationship, then for the first month, she doesn't think about you. Maybe just a tiny bit. She's simply enjoying freedom and associates you only with the limits on her freedom. She wants to spread her wings and fly away, and you're holding her by the leg. And the only thing she wants right now is for you to let go of that damned leg. I teach and consult only on breakups and relationship restoration, and in practice, men most often try to do something or fix things precisely when the girlfriend isn't thinking about them at all. She doesn't care about you or a relationship with you, and you're trying to somehow instill need. Remember Amway consultants, the moment you want to do something like that. You look a lot like them right now. Proper post breakup behavior is to give the person what they need, not what you want them to need. You want to impose yourself in the relationship, and the person told you, no need. So, where is your love in that? Do you want to be loved regardless of what the person wants? Really? What difference does it make what they want? When do the thoughts start to appear? It won't stay, like above, forever. If you pull yourself together, the sooner the better, then soon the girlfriend's thoughts about you begin to appear. Yes, she starts thinking about you. At first, these thoughts are in an embryo form, a germinal stage, where the girlfriend starts wondering how you're doing, what you're up to without her. Don't think that from the moment she left, she never recalls you. You went through a story together. That's exactly why she will have thoughts about you, given your proper behavior, of course. There is such a thing as the induciveness of an object. You are the object now. At the moment of the breakup, the object's induciveness is zero, sometimes even negative. But at a distance, an object's induciveness always grows. When the embryo grows, it starts to kick, and that's the moment when the girlfriend realizes the interest is strong enough and needs to be tested. So she writes or calls. The exact type of contact doesn't matter. What matters is that it's contact. I conduct about 40 consultations a week, and there hasn't been a single case where someone came back a year after the previous consultation and said, well, she never wrote me. I did everything right, but she never wrote. Further development of the thoughts. If there's no feedback, the girlfriend starts articulating her thoughts more precisely. She's already thinking about whether she acted correctly in that situation. Most often, this is accompanied by problems in her life. That's exactly when you want someone to lean on. You want help. And she remembers the person who was always ready to help. Of course, that's you. Against the backdrop of her problems, she begins to seek contact with you, because now you're missing. Do you see the difference from before the breakup? You weren't needed at all and tried to impose your company, and now you're not imposing, but the person wants it herself. Do you understand why everything happens the way it does? Even without your active actions. That thought, the embryo that was once the size of a pea, has grown to the size of a fist. The conditions for its growth are simple: time and proper behavior. The vast majority of people get contact from their ex-girlfriend. The girlfriend breathes freedom. The embryo grows. Start trying to do things yourself. You cut off the oxygen and the embryo dies. It's enough to learn the laws once and test them on yourself, and everything becomes as easy as it can be. A person's main problem after a breakup is not understanding the processes and laws that determine your induciveness for a specific person. And of course, the desire to do something right now. Controllability of thought. It's important to know that in any case, you and the other person are connected by an energy channel, and it remains regardless of the person's desire to end the relationship. The energy we receive in a relationship raises our baseline level and its quality, and if a person leaves and the energy transfer from the other stops, the person feels it and understands where the hole is. They clearly understand that the emptiness comes from the absence of that very person. Why does a teenager live calmly and need nothing, but after entering a relationship and then losing it, start seeking one again? Because their energy baseline has risen and they need a certain quality of that energy. People control their thoughts poorly. By default, they don't control them at all. As I describe in my videos, this is a person's field. And you can influence the field, especially the field of a person with whom you share a channel, quite strongly. So, what's stopping you?